like this because Galio's ultimate can go for a lot of knockups, and that is huge setups for Yasuo to come through. But Action PH can answer that with a Kaisa and a Braum, very mobile as a champion. So potentially, this is going to be so much harder for Yasuo to even get those setups up and running. And Jarvan 4 is something that they want to really just go in synergy with a Galio as well.
It's been a while since we saw the Kaisa Braum combo, so it's nice to see that we get to see that for the side of Action PH. Corki is going to be the ADC for the side of GXR, and Action PH. Honestly, I think the Camille would most likely be in the hands of, I was about to say, Yamada, but looks like they are hovering over this ribbon and they are going to lock that in. They only have the mid lane I only have the mid lane missing rather for the composition of Action PH, and they're gonna lock in that Akali Renekton. Surprisingly, it's gonna be a last pick Renekton for GXR. I mean, you don't really see that. Renekton is usually in the first or second rotation pickup.
Yeah, I think Galaxy RACER is thinking, you know what, in a different mindset. You know what, let's pick up these champions. If Action PH picks up Renekton, we have something to counter it. But if not, we can pick it up for ourselves because we have so much front lines, and having a Renekton to dive into those team fights can be in synergy with a Galio ultimate.
Mid lane Riven. That's the first two words that popped in my mind when I saw the switcheroo from Action PH. Okay, Yasuo does have wind wall and all that, but I guess it's kind of okay. I mean, the idea of being up against a Yasuo is you try to CC him to the ground. Make sure he cannot move at all. On top of that, you're gonna have a Camille that's gonna come out from the jungle and just maybe visit mid lane to stop Yasuo again from snowballing, because Yasuo alongside Corki, they are the main damage dealers for the side of Galaxy RACER. But again, we're gonna jump into the game. Let's see which team will be able to win this first game. This is series number 2, and again, we'll be your casters. I'm Yuko, alongside me is Infinity. Yamada will be using that Akali. He is a problem once you give this Akali, by the way.
Yeah, probably the only one that cannot set for a Yasuo, that cannot set for JC is Zivs. Zivs doesn't have any knockup. The rest has all. Right? Anyway, has the flag and drag, has knockup. Pao has knockup on the special delivery, can also set for Yasuo. And draw, Hero's Entrance, that's a knockup. So a lot that can set for JC. So I think they're waiting for a mid-game, late-game power spike. I think they want to take it on sort of the long road against Action PH. And Action, I think, wants to go for an early game because you have so much in terms of power spike. Eli can power spike in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. That can level up the Akaten Rain. You have Ryzen as a jungle. So I think this is going to be a hyper-aggressive type of setup that Yamada can also utilize. We know how he plays onto Akali. And I think this will be sort of their key player coming in. Action PH has Yamada to assassinate JC and Pao before a teamfight occurs.
Looks like that is going to be the stance collective from Kazuya, just keeping JC at bay. Again, Yasuo is going to be very silent in the earlier parts of the matches. APH still having Ryzen on that Camille. JC down to the last bar of his health. Kazuya having the early game advantage. From now, Ryzen going to go with the invade, but he does get spot out by Draw. Hi, hello, can you just please leave our jungle area? Here comes Chinelas, here comes Eli as well. Akaten being popped. The Unbreakable is right there. You have that sweep to finish off the buff steal.
Yeah, I think that was actually pretty worth it if they got the steal off, because first off, they removed the potential for the blue buff to go for Jarvan 4. So that's a decreased amount of mana regeneration, and on top of all that, you have Camille as sort of a champion that spams out skills that can utilize this to go and pressure in mid lane, or if he wants, can pressure in other lanes as well.
Also gonna come through, but looking at the mid lane, you have to jump in. Now it's gonna be a knock of Airborne, but you have the Cataclysm coming through. Red team being able to get first blood. Riven does get taken down. You have the flash in, and Camille was able to take down Yasuo. Anyway, the only one left at the mid lane, and it just forces this Riven to just jump back. Ryzen rather than Camille.
yeah. And this is a 1-for-1 though. So there's no big advantage for any of these two teams. And the first kill, the first blood went in for both junglers. And the assist came in for the mid lanes. So pretty much there's no huge advantage for maybe the dual lanes to get those increase in gold in the early phase of the game. It's pretty much both the mid laners, pretty much both the junglers have the gold distribution thus far in those first kill. So this is pretty even for now. No one has the further lead. No one has the greater advantage in this game. But what I do believe that Galaxy Razer has the advantage from is the security into the mid lane. Because look at the ward placements. You have Galaxy Razer having a ward in top side. You also have bot side. So if someone wants to gank, Yasuo has the information.
They will know. Okay, Kazuya is just there at the mid lane. You have Chinelas and you also have Ryzen just hiding out at the bush. But JC is gonna commit with his recalls just to make sure that once he comes back to his lane, the Rip Herald and the Dragon will be up. The Yami is already available for Yamada. And still waiting for the first item coming through from Kaisa. Could be a Blade of the Ruin King. Maybe something that that we see as the usual if we're going to be picking up that Kaisa. But no actual power plays from both teams just yet, except Yamada. Right? I mean, that's already a given. China Child did pop even the 5-point strike, was able to push Zibs on this Renekton back. Both standing at a level 7. Both summoner spells are still available. JC just waiting for an opening to try and duel things out with Kazuya. Both teams did take a peek at the Baron Pit, but looks like both of them are not going to commit. So they could just wreak havoc here at the mid lane. Again, waiting for an opportunity. Joe almost got caught out there, but the Winter Spite did not connect.
Right, and Galaxy Razer is just playing the waiting game right now against Action PH, and Action is reflecting that waiting game as well. They don't want to engage, they're waiting for the first initiation to come from Galaxy Razer, because now they can counter with Janela's going for the Glacial Fissure, and Ryzen to go in for the Hexic Ultimatum.
Joe jumps in and nice with taunt correctly. Here comes special delivery that is going to be Camille popping in with the ultimate, but that is going to be Braum being taken down. Now you have JC at the back line, Corky being bursted down, JC being annihilated, double kill going over to Yamada, and he is not stopping. Here comes Kaisa, but jumps in on the turret. He doesn't care, he flashes out, but he got taken down by the turret anyway. The only one left from the mid lane fight, he is being he's being chased by Kaisa. Void Seeker not connecting. This is gonna be a free dragon going over to Action PH.
Yamada was this close onto getting those 2 kills, but immediate response from Jax Razer saved them the double kill from Action PH, and at the end of the day though, Action PH got the dragon, so they have the lead currently against Galaxy Razer.
They do. And let's see if they'll be able to keep this up, because I mean, the fact that Yamada is 2-1 right now, give this guy the kills, he's gonna be a problem in the late game. Galaxy Racer, they are again waiting for JC. Joe just being this good gatekeeper for his team. Now that is gonna be Chinelas being pressured by Galaxy Racer, but he was able to pop his kill and just go back to his teammate.
Yeah.
So
Rift Herald will be immediately summoned. Galaxy Razer wants to pressure in top lane, get Tower First Blood.
Here comes Kasi with a jump in. Stars are coming through. Ryzen, he does have ultimate, but he's not gonna commit just yet. Here comes the Herald, and that is gonna be the Shredder connecting from the end that he jumps in. You have the lockdowns there as well. Penalty for the back line, but the enemy is popping in with the 5-point strike, being able to take down Renekton. Here comes Pao, was able to pop Valkyrie, yet so being taken down as well. Here comes Pao, he does get stunned down. You have the kill going over to Kaisa anyway. Still the only champion left from that skirmish, but he was forced to jump back. It is gonna be a 3-1 in the favor of Action PH.
It was an interesting take. Galaxy Razer went for the Rift Herald, and Action PH has that knowledge, and that is why they were patting topside, which means the strong side of Action PH is on topside as well. That is the reason why they have the 3-man roam come into Baron lane immediately when Galaxy Razer spawned up the Rift Herald. And also, Galaxy Razer has to pay the cost. Because of getting the Rift Herald, that was 300 gold. They won some couple of kills a while ago, and they were not able to utilize the items to buy some more against Action PH. So that was on par against Action PH. They immediately came top. Galaxy Razer forced it onto the tier 1 turret, enabled Action PH to now counter with the Glacial Fissure with a 3-man, 2-man knockup. And Action PH followed through, and they got the lead, they got the 4 kills, and now Galaxy Razer is sort of in an edge on what they need to do against Action PH.
Zibs is being tag teamed right here, and as if the Hexic Ultimatum connecting, the Crocodile had no other choice but to face his death. And that is going to be the green light for Action PH to just keep on applying pressure. Galaxy Racer, a tad bit too late to the party, honestly. Pow, anyway, and Draw is right there, but Ely is the only one left at the Dragon Lane. He'll be able to clear out the waves just as quickly. You have Brom, though, just helping out Kazuya at the mid lane, and Yamada is back at the Baron lane.
But if I saw it, gonna be over mid lane. Just a bit. You know what? It's a joke. We just have some bit of play, sword play here from Galaxy Razor and Action PH, but we're gonna go back away. But here, 9-4 already, 5 kill advantage for Action PH. Even though they have this lead, Galaxy Razor is matching that up. And this is what I commend about GXR, is because even though they lost those kills, they lost the dragon, they're catching up onto their gold deficit. And I think that is in the form of how much they did in the early game and getting that Tower First Blood with so much gold for their team that they're able to catch up onto Action PH at this. So I think they're just gonna play the patient game for now, because they need to wait for JC to now scale and wait for the rest of the team to get those items to be so tanky to set up for Yasuo later on, and Pow as well. Wait for the Essence Reaver, wait for the Trinity Force, then the Stellar Blade, and then afterwards he's gonna deal out so much damage and so much burst potential that it's absolutely crazy.
And if we are gonna seeing that super late game lineup for Galaxy Racer, and looking at the line of Action PH here, Pao can literally burst anyone down. I mean, Chinelas is the only actual tanky frontliner. Other than that, it's just gonna be all about the damage. So Pao, he could just play it safely for now and wait for the 3 core items to be secured. Blue team has taken the Ocean Dragon, but Galaxy Racer at the very least was able to clear out the outer turrets from the Baron side. You have Ryzen jumping in with the hook shot, but did not see anyone or did not even see any neutral jungle resources.
Alright, so that was pretty even. Galaxy Razor got a tier 2 and trade for Ocean Dragon, but when it comes to the late game, Ashen PH will get that advantage because now they're stacking 2 dragons in their favor. Galaxy Razor is only stacking on turrets. So those are 2 different stories. That is a buff for a turret that is stagnant into the game. So I think Galaxy Razor wants to finish this early so that they can punish when it comes to mid game, just end the game in 15-minute mark. And I think that is where their goal's at. And that is why they were pressuring in top lane just so fast, so quick. They don't even want to contest onto the Ocean Drake. And they're just waiting for Corki, for Yasuo to build up. But even then, it's just so much difficult because you're looking at the JC onto a 0-3-3, only BRK, only built as of yet. No crit damage onto the pokes, and that is the reason why he doesn't deal so much damage onto his poking potential against Kazuya in the early game. And Pao is only at Essence Reaver and Trinity Force. And I think this is where everything will start.
And yeah, the damage is not quite there yet for Galaxy Racer. In retrospect, for Action PH, if you saw the items earlier, Ely is already sitting at the BRK as well as the IE. So this Kaisa is pretty much good to go. Also, he is at a level 11. Hourglass being picked up by Pao just to make sure that whenever he's gonna jump in with the Valkyrie or special delivery, he is still gonna be alive. Looking at the Baron lane side though, that is gonna be Zivs being pressured by Camille and by Yamada. Ryzen is gonna take a step back, but now Zivs is just gonna focus on clearing out the main wave. Action PH, they could make their way down at Baron. You have the check from Draw to see if Action PH is giving the Baron a start, but that is going to be a no. So it's still going to be a quiet map. Ely or Kaisa is now here at the Dragon Lane side, clearing out the minions. No actual jumps just yet, but here comes the Hextech ultimate. We also have the stuns coming through. Will it be enough? That is going to be a no because you have the Kingspeed going over to Yamada. Here comes the Gaze of Peter. Here comes the Cataclysm. But also here comes Power on the backline, but is being chased by that ribbon. Guys being taken down. Anyway, being boxed in. He does this flag and jump, but he does get out of airport as the Kingspeed going over to the side of this Action PH. Double to going over to Yasuo. And that is going to be the burn coming through. Camille being taken down. That is going to be Yamada being able to flash out. And is he going to be alive? That is going to be a yes. He does. Galaxy Racer cannot see that Akali, but the JC being able to survey his way into the area. A shutdown on Akali is for Galaxy Racer.
That is what GXR was waiting for. JC to come up with the items. You have the BRK and the salary charge blade already. So come in quick. You have the proto belt. He came in like a car racing on top. So he just came in, finish off Cleaned up Kazuya, cleaned up Ellie, cleaned up Chanelos. Pretty much Yamada was the only one remaining, but he doesn't have the flash as well to go back away because he already used it a while ago in that team fight. So JC was the savior there to really just put Galaxy Racer now on an advantage on a 1.7k gold lead against Action PH. With now the Infernal Dragon coming up in 20 seconds and the Baron Nashor live, this is the next clash that's gonna happen, but with caution. Because Action PH already lost that team fight prior to the objective, and Galaxy Racer still has to wait for the summer to spell still up.
Yeah, being ace right before the Infernal Jig is up and while Baron is still alive, that's actually not a good thing to happen if you're in the side of Action PH. But on Galaxy Racer, they are gonna try and take the Infernal Dragon. Chinelas is there though, with the spike gonna connect onto the Dragon. You also have Ryzen just checking the size. JC gonna come through, and it is gonna be a non-contested Dragon going over to Galaxy Racer. Right after getting the Dragon buff, they are gonna jump in. Pow jumping in with a special delivery, but there was no follow-up. See the control that Galaxy Racer has just because they were able to get the first outer turret in the mid lane for Action PH. That's basically the strength and weakness of your mid lane. Galaxy Racer not gonna stop anytime soon though, but Action PH, they looks like they could start maybe playing the pick-off game or maybe just give space to Yamada, which just secured his Lich Bane and his Rabadons.
Yeah, and this is the first time that we saw a Riven mid lane against a Yasuo, or even then, even a general consensus that Riven comes in mid. So that's just a new thing, and it's sort of an experiment that Action PH is taking. Although I commend it because it's a melee versus melee matchup, so pretty much the wind wall is rendered useless in the mid lane in the early game. But I think really what JC wants is to counter sort of the Kaisa Katarine later on in the late game fights, wherein it's just too much damage, burst potential, in terms of like having to deal with it. You render it uses having the wind wall available for your team. So I think that is sort of what's happening here onto the draft composition that is now showing up into effect here in the 15-minute mark.
Ooh, that is gonna be anyway. Jaw and Pow. I'm not sure if they're gonna recall or are they gonna try and set up a death brush here. But the only champion near them is actually Chinelas. So I don't think they're gonna hold their ground. They do not want to just waste their time there. JC Pop already being able to pick up the Hourglass too. Riven now at Baron lane side did shove a few minions, but no one is actually pinging or taking Baron yet. I guess they would want to force a fight. First, Action PH. Okay, Ryzen just hook shotting his way in. Stuns coming through. Galaxy Racer. Pao is alone. Pao is down at the other lower half of the map. So Galaxy Racer might not start this fight just yet. Just the sight of the champions from Galaxy Racer actually forced Action PH to jump back, or at least stop taking Baron. So both teams are displaying this one out very carefully, but because of the time that Action PH took at the upper part of the map, Zivs was able to get one turret at the Dragon lane side.
Brain games Galaxy Racer. Because Action PH was already 5 men onto the Baron buff. Right? Galaxy Racer was there, but only Jarvan 4 was seen. And I think Action PH is thinking, maybe Galaxy Racer wants to contest this, we're gonna back away for now. But Galaxy Racer only wants the information that they've gotten and bait out the enemy team to going away. And that's the reason why Zivs came in bot lane, split push, got the turret. And now map control is hugely in their favor.
Ooh, anyway, I haven't seen any good plays from enemy just yet, so it's safe to say that we're a bit closer to the late game. So I'm not sure if there's going to be the power spike for this J4. A lot of stalling being done by Action PH. Galaxy Racer, they are now grouped together and they are sitting at the Baron pit, the Baron area. Action PH making their way in. With this spike gonna connect onto Draw. Vision given, let's be the Draw. Dashing in, will Tons connect. That is gonna be a no, but you have the Unbreakable coming through from this Braum. And Action PH, I honestly expected them to at least try and go with the pickoffs, but I guess they're just too hesitant at this point.
Yeah.
I'm looking at a more decisive team here.
Yeah, and I think that's the case because it's just too much objective to lose on. If one kill downs, Action PH or Galaxy Racer, who wins that team fight, can get 2 objectives immediately. Can go to the Elder Dragon, can go to the Baron buff. I think these two teams just respect that envision. you know what, we have two objectives on the line. We cannot risk anything, so we're just gonna play very hesitantly and very passively and just wait for an opportunity to arise to gain that lead.
Kata kasi being pa, but Yamada was able to shuriken flip his way out of there, connecting onto
Mid lane?
Shroud. And no one's going to the Dragon Pit just yet because Action PH is actually taking down the turret at the mid lane. Here comes Galio, that is the videos, and the Stone are going to connect onto two as well. Here comes JC. You have the Hurricanes, Kaiser being taken down. There's a vision connecting, knockout after knockout, stun after stun. Yeah, the unbreakable, but it's gonna be unbreakable rampage coming through from Yasuo. Dom being taken down. Rise in the force jump out, but anyway just flatters to where he is. Now Yamada being able to juggle that 2v1. Yes, no, maybe JC. Hello, Yamada flashing up. She can flip again, but JC is chasing him, but wow, Yamada with a 5-point strike to finish out the kill, and Galaxy RACER having their hands on this Baron. Ryzen trying to go with the steal, not gonna be enough. Yamada in charge of cleanup. Is it gonna be successful? Camille being taken down. It is gonna be a no. So it is a 1-5. Maybe 2-5, I don't know, but still in favor of Galaxy RACER.
Now, here's the thing. Galaxy RACER got the ace. And now with those 5 kills, they can immediately go to the Elder Dragon, get that true damage buff. So even if they lose, maybe later on in those team fights, they still have the edge against Action PH. And Action PH needs to contest this. If they get this for free, this is pretty much over because they have the Baron buff. If they get the Elder Dragon buff, this is just too much power that they're giving away for GXR.
Yeah, a lot of Drakes going over to the side, so Red Team will be able to get that Mountain Drake. Baron buff minions making their way into Action PH's side as well. I'm not sure if I'm not actually sure rather, if Action PH could survive in the next fight that Galaxy RACER will pick. So, still, the 3-man unit lurking at the mid lane. Rise and jumping in with a tactical sweep, but is it going to be enough? You have the ultimate coming through. You also have the TPs. That's to be a jump in from enemy. You also have the hero's entrance. 3 champions actually got knocked up. Braum saying goodbye. Now Ziv's just chasing Ryzen then and their enemy at the front line. A lot of lives are very, very low. Red Team being able to get that double kill. Ryzen and Yamada, the only champions left at their base. Galaxy RACER, they don't need no pickups. They don't need all those fights because they are focusing on the Nexus. Triple kill for Corki and game 1 to Galaxy RACER.
Yeah, you have